everyone, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. So, for those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. So I'd like to use this channel to introduce you to some stock analysis, and at the end of each video also provide a short 5-minute lesson to improve your trading skills. So let's have a recap for yesterday. Okay, so from a personal point of view, yesterday was a tremendous day of trading with the portfolio increased overall approximately 8%, which was fantastic. So some of the exceptional gainers that I had yesterday, first one was ticker symbol BNGO, Bio Nano. So this one ran up 28%, so that was absolutely fantastic. The second one that ran up really well yesterday was ticker symbol OEG, Orbital Energy. So this was the best stock for me yesterday. This was revealed in my portfolio reveal video, so please refer back to that and the reasons why I bought this stock. Yesterday this ran up 59%. So overall in Orbital Energy, ticker symbol OEG, I am now up 90%, so that's exceptionally good. However, if you refer back to one of my earlier videos, I also said it's very important to have a diversified portfolio to protect against losses. So I did have some losses yesterday. The biggest loss I had was in Beam, ticker symbol BEEM. I think this was about 10% down, and if I had not have diversified into other investments as well, then overall my portfolio would have been down. So the tremendous gains in companies like OEG and also in BNGO, as well as the regular investments in American Battery Metals, etc., compensated for the loss in Beam. So the Beam is something I will refer to in a future video. So the next thing I want to do is have a look at CCIV. So let's make a start on that. Okay, so in my previous video we talked about CCIV and rumors with Lucid Motors, potential merger, lots of circumstantial evidence, lots of tweets, lots of social media and news releases from Bloomberg. So this has continued in a frenzy, lots and lots of rumors. So let's have a look at what happened in the day's trading yesterday. So if we have a look at this graph on the screen, you can see between probably 11 a.m. US time and 11:30 a.m. approximately, a rumor was released that the merger was delayed. So this was a rumor. If you have a look at the chart there, it's almost a 90-degree decline. So this represents panic selling. So the almost 90-degree decline in the chart there, just around about 11:15, 11:20 a.m. US time, that's going down, is the panic selling. Then what happened was, when people realized the rumor was that the merger is delayed, that's not the same as the merger is cancelled. So then it's just a delay. So people are confused. Traders, I'm not sure, is a delay a cancellation. So you have panic selling. People don't know what's going on. You have frenzy. You have uncertainty. Then you have the opportunistic buyers. So the opportunistic buyers took advantage of this. If you have a look at the graph there, the price went down to around about 19-ish dollars and it suddenly shot up straight away up to over $24, $23, $24, almost within minutes. So this was the opportunistic buyers realizing that the merger is not off, it's delayed. News releases, social media speculation was saying that there are a few stumbling blocks in the talks, so we expect an announcement in maybe further this week. So let's see where it closed. So CCIV closed at $24.95. My personal opinion on this is I believe the merger will go ahead. My price target for this is still a buy. So I put this as a buy, and post. So at the moment it's trading at 24.95. I think once the momentum builds up, this tomorrow at opening could go to $30. And if once the merger is confirmed, if the merger is confirmed, in my opinion, CCIV will be trading at 35 or $40 plus at a minimum. So that's on confirmation of merger. So after that, it will shoot up, and then there's going to be a sustained period of growth. After that, post merger, we are looking at 4x, 5x within the next 2 years. So tremendous potential here, but very, very high risk. Okay, so stock analysis for today is a company called Alpine for Technologies, ticker symbol ALPP. This is also a stock I have invested in for quite a long time now, so I'll go through a little bit of a stock analysis in this. If you check yesterday's close, it was 1.84% up, and the momentum has recently been building in Alpine for Technologies. So let's have a look at what they do. So they are a holding company. They focus on the automotive industry. They have solutions from business to business, consumer markets. They have software applications. They provide automotive dealerships. They have a portfolio of automotive dealerships. So basically, we can see the company is very well diversified. And what has caused the recent increase in the share price? So before I say this, what I would also like to say is Alpine for Technologies has been stated by many analysts as the best penny stock for 2020. So I'm going to show you that in a graph shortly. But one of the main reasons why the stock has risen up tremendously is their focus on drone technology. So Alpine for Technologies is in the sector of drone technologies. That's a key and important growth aspect of their business. This is a hugely developing market with lots of potential, and there have been a number of factors causing their share price and growth of company. So let's have a look at some of these factors. So if we have a look at a press release here from prnewswire.com, we can see that the company has several subsidiaries, plans to introduce several subsidiaries in 2021 to capture more market share. So there's a vision of growth there. There is integration. So integration means obviously joining with other companies to increase market share and to increase size. This is going to be accelerated. They are involved in production and innovation. So innovation means new technology, new developments, new ideas, and obviously the future is bright for Alpine Technologies. So let's have a look at a share tweet. Shout out to Shares Slanger here, and they have come up with a quick analysis in terms of a comparison between ALPP and other similar drone technology businesses. If we look at UAVS, the tweet says here UAVS's revenue in 2020 was $20 million. RCAT revenue $1.2 million, and ALPP, which is the company we are focused on now, revenue £34 million. So ALPP at the moment is an OTC listed stock, and UAVS is a NASDAQ listed stock. So obviously there's a big difference there. However, UAVS has also had a tremendous run up, and that's been a good company to invest in as well. But what we can certainly see from here is the potential for Alpine for Technologies is immense. It's really positive. It's a company that I've invested in for a long time. And looking at the revenue figures, we can see that it's 17 times bigger than UAVS and 28 times bigger than RCAT. So if we look at the continuation of this tweet, we can see that for 2021, as we're entering now, ALPP is projecting their revenue to be between 117 million to 175 million, with already 3 acquisitions under their belt, which we will also look at shortly. So let's have a look at a tweet for Alpine from their Alpine headquarters. And this was an announcement that they purchased another drone company called Vayu US Incorporated. So this one is now belonging to Alpine for Technologies. So obviously confirmed example of integration and growth here, which is very, very positive for investors. We can also see another tweet here from the company itself to the shareholders saying the stock is in our hands as shareholders, and we ask that you handle our stock with the same care as building this great company. So we are the shareholders. I am a shareholder, and everybody else who's invested in Alpine is a shareholder. We are the owners. So what I want to do now is have a look at the video. So on this video, the share price analysis. So I'm going to take you through this. If you have a look at the screen there, if we look at the 27th of January 2020, Alpine started trading at 14 cents. So this went down to 10 cents, 9 cents. So February 2020. So we can see it's fairly stable. It's gone down. So from a start of 14, it's percentage wise, it's quite a significant fall. Let's move on, zoom ahead all the way to September, October. Now November is where the momentum starts. You can see straight away it's going up to $15, $21, 32 cents, sorry, 43 cents, 50 cents. We're in December 14th now, $1.06. It's moving, it's escalating, saying you got $1.77, $3.10. The trading is immense. And this then peaked at $4.40 on the 28th of December. So a huge amount of trade, and then we had that decline. So the decline after post that peak all the way down to $2.45. So this was a good opportunity for people to enter. And very recently now we can just see the growth where Alpine has now just closed at $4.42. So that's fantastic growth in terms of for a penny stock. Basically, in terms of the percentage growth from if you were to have invested in this in January 2020 and held your investment till today, I'm not sure what the percentage return would be, but it would be enormous. So Alpine for Technologies is certainly a company that I would recommend that you put on your watch list. It's a good investment for long term. And what I would like to now do, just to finish off, is have a look at a personal SWOT analysis that I've completed for you guys on Alpine. So to give you an insight into this company, what are its strengths, what are its weaknesses, what are its opportunities, and what are its threats. So those of you who studied business before or marketing before will be aware of what I'm looking at here. So let's have a look at the existing strengths of Alpine. So they have excellent product design, excellent innovation record. They also have investor belief. So this comes from the shareholders like me and yourselves, hopefully, if you are investors, in terms of having belief in the company. So I do believe that you should only invest in companies that you believe in. So that's important. They have a growing revenue. We've seen that with the figures, and we've seen that with the company itself. And we've seen that their company are diversifying with other businesses and capturing more market share as they go along. Let's have a look at the weaknesses. The weaknesses at the moment, there are an OTC listing. So again, if you remember one of my previous videos, this means less regulation. It also means they're considered as a company with less opportunity to capture investment from the mainstream investors of the USA. It's still considered a penny stock, so it is extremely volatile. So if you remember the graph that I've just showed you there, it's gone from mid $4, 40-ish, 50-ish, all the way down to $2.49, which is a huge example of volatility there. And it's not on Robinhood or Webull, so it's not capturing that investment from the mainstream American investors. They are able to invest through alternative platforms, but it's not the mainstream. What are the opportunities? So the opportunities are, this one is certainly going to happen. It's not happened yet, that's why it's an opportunity, and that is a NASDAQ listing. The company have tweeted that, company has stated that, so that will happen probably next month in February. They are looking at US expansion, worldwide expansion. There's an increase in demand for drone technology, especially. The future is looking bright in terms of drones being used for emergency services, drones being used for deliveries, and also drones increasingly now used by YouTubers, bloggers, etc. There is an opportunity in the future to have potentially an Amazon deal. Amazon are looking at drone technology to possibly implement in some of their deliveries. And obviously, there's also an opportunity to have more mergers and more growth. So it's definitely a lot of strong opportunities there. Let's quickly have a finish off by having a look at some threats. Under the Trump administration, there was legislation that outlawed drone companies listing in the US and trading in the US from a Chinese background. And this was a catalyst for the growth of companies like UAVs and Alpine. So this was one of the reasons that sent their share price rocketing, and it was legislation. But it was legislation against the Chinese, which means the American-owned drone companies will benefit because they can now capture that market share that the Chinese companies can no longer trade in. So why is this a threat? This is a threat because we now have a new government. We have the Biden administration. If they have a change in policy and they say, well, hold on a minute, that ban of Chinese drones, we want to reverse it and we want to allow the Chinese drone companies back, this will have a significant negative impact on the share price of ALPP. In my personal opinion, this will not happen. I don't believe that will happen. It's just too early for that to be reversed, and I think it would be negative press, especially for the government to do this. So I can't see that happening. You've also got a threat of competition of other drone technology companies, US based. However, competition I believe is good and it's healthy and it's good for consumers and it's good for businesses because it makes them more innovative to improve. So that is a threat, but it can be used as an advantage as well. And for investors in the future, there could be a share split. A share split normally on trading companies does lead to a decline in the value of the share. So short term, this is a threat to your investment. If it happens, we don't know what's in the future. Long term, if there is a share split, then long term it is good for the company. It gives them more investment, more capital. Okay, so that's a quick overview of Alpine, and now I would like to move on to final part of the video, which is the lesson of the day. Okay, so lesson of the day, just a quick recap of lesson 7. We looked at operating income and we looked at gross profit in one of the previous videos, so please refer back to that. And the objectives of the lessons are to increase your knowledge, reduce your risk, and also improve your strategy. So today we are going to look at improving your research with bar chart analysis. So before I start this, I would like to just give a shout out to, let me just get the person up. So just a quick shout out to Kunwer, who asked the question which prompted this lesson. And he says, hi, great video, thank you. Wanted to ask if you could add the source for your pivot points and buy and sell volumes, and that will help with improving my trading education and expanding my resources. Thank you. So certainly that's one of the purposes of my channel, is to help you trade yourself, increase your knowledge, reduce your risk, and improve your strategy. So very pleased with that question. So I'm going to share how some of my research is carried out. So first thing I'm going to tell you is how are these pivot points, and let me just get the screen up. Okay, so we've got here the app that I would like to refer to you for bar chart analysis is called Bar Chart. So you download the Bar Chart app on your phone. It is available on Android. I'm sure it will also be available on the iPhone. So download the Android app. Then you go to favorites, you create your favorites. As you can see, we're going to use Alpine as an example. So once you've added your favorites, you click on the business. And then this gives you different options. So the first option here, we can see a chart. I would not use this app for looking at charts. It's much better to look at charts using Google or Yahoo or any other platform. So let's look at the other options. So this gives you a nice overview. So the opening price, the high price, the low price, the previous close price, and the average volume. And you can see there the overall 52-week range for Alpine is 0.0001 cents all the way up to a high of $4.88. So now don't ask me to calculate what the percentage increase there, but it is a lot. Okay, so you also have an option here of reading some news headlines. Then you have the bar chart opinion. So this is very good for your trading skills. Gives you an indication of, from a bar chart opinion point of view, short term, medium term, long term. And for the analysis of the bar chart here for Alpine for Technology is short term 100% buy, medium term 100% buy, long term 100% buy, support $3.58, pivot point $4.44, resistance $5.03. So that's positive. In my previous videos I also looked at moving averages and trend lines. We can see here again for Alpine for Technologies it's all green. 100-day average is over 7,000%, and more recently the momentum has also been positive, and the 5-day average is 58%. So this gives us a good analysis. Then you also have an option here for the trader's cheat sheet. Pivot point 1, pivot point 2, that's for resistance at the top, and then you've got the current price in the middle, and then at the bottom you've got the support pivot points. So pivot point 1 support $4, pivot point 2 support. So this is helpful for you guys who, if you are looking for entry points, exit points, selling prices and buying prices, depending on your particular secret. So thank you very much. That's the end of my lesson. Stay tuned. Please check back in for my next video, where I hope to share more information with you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.